There's a few topics of conversation that we don't discuss enough openly as a collective. Things like inclusivity and the contradictions of your own spiritual journey. And so, this is the third installment on the Ground Zero series, and this is really a log kind of showing how I'm doing everything that I'm in process of doing. And it's a log for my own personal journey as well. And it's an invitation to those looking for something more. Because here we say the quiet part out loud. I don't hold back. This is all unfiltered, just raw, just what I feel is truth. And so some of the things when I talk about the contradictions, like knowledge has this trap about it. Like, and we all do it. We've all fallen into it where it's like we get it, we kind of want to hoard it and hold it. And then we forget that knowledge is everywhere in everything. There is not this one path that is best for everyone. There is not one path that is better than another in reality, because the best path that you can personally walk is the most authentic one to you. And with that simple logic, what that means is that whether you agree or not with somebody else's path, or whether it's for you or for you not, it is every bit as sacred as yours. No matter how much knowledge that we hold versus what another holds, guarantee they know something you don't. Guarantee they have a different perspective or perception than you do on something that you know from your own perspective. And these are the things that are holding us back from that whole unity consciousness thing. And the other part of it is, something that I'm kind of personally going through and I think about a lot is, and this is going to sound weird, but bear with me because it is raw. Like, all of my work has been proven and experienced. So, like, all my work is hands-on. It requires your participation. I don't toss out knowledge just to toss it out. Like, all my work requires your participation. And it's all been proven. Like, before all my experiences, my many experiences, and even my books were published, like, they were already put through the fire. So if I speak on something, I can speak from a place of experience. And that is my threshold for whether I'm going to speak on something or not. So if you were to ask me, is there a loving source, God, that actually wants, a better world and is coming to help, I could not say yes. Now, I know that that sounds weird, especially considering the work that I do, but I think that there's another layer to it that some of us will resonate really deeply with. And that other layer is that, again, going back to the contradictions, right? If you know that your source having a human experience, good. And yet you can look around the world and say, I don't like this, I don't like that. Okay, good, but then you are responsible for it at some level. We are responsible for the way that things are. And yes, there's a matrix, and that's a whole other topic, but we're not trying to escape the thing that allows us to experience ourselves in creation. That's what the matrix is. It's the playground. It's the place where we get to have form and build and learn and separate ourselves in order to get to know ourselves. But everything that we have done here is a result of distortion, and however it came to be, at the core, it is your fault and my fault, because this is what we are. Is it not? But a lot of people don't like to look at those types of things, or don't like to think about things from a God point of view. Why not? Like, what makes you think that's not the point? Not that you can figure it out. Not that, like, you're supposed to go have all the answers. But to think about it outside of the box. What's the box? 6. 6 is the box. 6 sides, put you in a box. Human, 6, 6, 6. Protons, electrons, neutrons, there's 6 each. Like, we are the literal form and action of the divine. So, it is, in my opinion, not productive to sit back and wait for something to happen, wait for some reset, wait for some shift. And this is what Morpheus was trying to tell Neo in the machine, and what reality was telling us, that like the only way things can happen is from the inside, and they cannot be done with the same resources and ways and methods that we see crumbling around us. And think about it, like, we're seeing the world crumble, we're seeing financial systems crumble, we're seeing the world kind of come together in a weird way. We're seeing China expose the illusion of luxury, and it's a beautiful thing to see, because little things like an expensive bag or expensive this, like, has literally kept us in illusion of separation, when all along y'all both were paying $20 for the bag. One just had a different label on it, right? Like, we have work to do. We're not waiting on shit. It's us. And so this is what Archetype 13 is all about. Like, it is not a business, even though, like, I have merch, I have journals. Like, everything that I do is thought out. And everything that I do doesn't operate as a business. It sits under a trust that is self-sustaining and participation-based. There is no beneficiary to it. In God we trust. Swiss money. If you look at Swiss money, at the design, you can understand how our trust is set up. It is, abundance is meant to flow, and we are meant to, like, build the things and the new systems ourselves. Who do you think is going to come and build a new education system? Did you go way on the president? You think the aliens are going to come and build it? Who do you think is going to finally bridge the gap between the medical and the spiritual communities? Because we can't keep standing on both sides of the fence. One's talking about energy, one's got the actual body here. Like, they go together. Who do you think is going to do all this? Some of you are literally sitting on the world's next evolution's keys, and you may be doing it from a basement with an idea and a cheap prototype. So am I. But some of us are sitting on things that are literally revolutionary. I've got a few things. Hell, I even have a highly likely reversal for all autoimmune diseases that came about from an exploration into the spike protein and the molecular mimicry that came with the jab. Like, some of us are sitting on things that the world needs. What are you waiting for? Archetype 13 is not a brand. It is not content. It is an operation. But all of us are part of Archetype 13, because some of us are building the very thing that we're waiting on. And we don't even realize that that thing isn't going to materialize until we show up. So if this resonates, reach out. Say hello. Let's see where it goes. If you like the content, stick around. There's going to be a lot of drops on here with helpful things. I'm not just tossing out information. Got plenty of that going around. Whole bunch of knowledge being tossed around. Very little insight on what to do with it. And that is where I come in. I don't give a shit about telling you more knowledge. I'm going to tell you what to do with the probably insane amounts of knowledge you already had. Collecting the knowledge is step 1. Application is step 2. That is stage 8 alchemy. That has never been written about before. Why? Because we're here doing it now. Till next time, in the eternal now.